As a Chicago Sky fan, will we ever know peace? Unfortunately, tonight, guys, my predictions of the WNBA season resuming has been completely wrong. Okay, we got destroyed by the freaking Phoenix Mercury by a whole 20 points. Chennedy Carter, she out sick. She claims to be sick. And without Chennedy Carter, honestly, out there on the floor, they literally went on a run with us. Chennedy Carter said, like the Lil' Kim lyrics, like a penny with a hole in it. Y'all just hopeless. Hopeless without Chennedy Carter. That's what Chicago Sky is. Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm so pissed they didn't broke my sobriety streak. Okay, I've been drinking. I had to drink through this game because of the emotional turmoil. When I figured it out, like literally, like earlier today, it was like some hours, about 6-8 hours ago. I was still at work. They were like, Chennedy Carter is out due to illness, and she will not be playing in tonight's game. I'm like, oh my god, like my heart literally sank to my stomach. I'm like, this is not good. Like, what we gonna do without her? And then also like the news broke that I think it's Friday, maybe Saturday, Sunday game this weekend, DJ Carrington is out for the Connecticut Sun. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So let me kick it off with the intro. So the new starting lineup, okay, when Chicago Sky started out, it was Michaela Anyamwe, Rachel Banham, aka Big Lotto. We had Lindsay Allen, Angel Reese, Camilla Cardoso. Again, I just hope that Chennedy Carter is not boycotting, trying to prove a point, because she was, tweeting some questionable things. Kind of people were saying like she was on social media crashing out. But I'm gonna do a whole video on that later on. So the first quarter kicks off. So Mercury gets the first possession. Diana Taurasi misses a point, but Angel gets the rebound. Again, throughout this game, especially in the first quarter, just starting off, just the kickoff, they were jumping Angel Reese. Okay, as soon as Angel Reese got possession of the ball, Phoenix Mercury would surround her with at least 3 players. I remember I seen 3 or 4 players on her at all times. And again, even though we lost, I'm wrapping my little Angel Reese number 5 tank top. But again, like they were jumping Angel Reese during this game. The first turnover went over to Phoenix Mercury. So Brittany Griner scores first for the Phoenix Mercury. So Brittany Griner makes 1 of 1 foul shot. Brittany scores again. So at this point, it's 5, okay? 5-0. Chicago Sky having 0 points to Phoenix Mercury's 5 points. Michaela Anyamwe makes 2 out of 2 free throw shots. Mercury scores. Again, it was 3 players on Angel. Copper makes a 3-pointer. Again, Kalea Copper was a beast in tonight's game. Brittany Griner scores. So at this point, it's 13 points to Chicago Sky's 2 points. And then Kalea Copper scores, and then Angel Reese scores, finally. Angel makes 1 of 1 free throw shots. Diamond scores. Finally, she decided to not be to be worthless tonight. Okay, Diamond came out strong. As soon as she entered the court, she was like, she had speed and strength all of a sudden. She literally drove the ball to the paint and put up a layup. Sophie makes a 3. Copper scores. Then Michaela scores. Copper makes another 3. Then Sophie scores. Diana Taurasi makes a 3-pointer. Michaela makes 1 of 2 free throws. Then Diana Taurasi makes 2 of her 2 free throws. And then Dana scores. The second quarter kicks off. Izzy scores. Izzy Harrison of the Chicago Sky, that is. Then Brittany Griner scores. Then Brittany Griner scores again. Again, they started going on a run with us when it came to this game. Phoenix Mercury, that is. Rachel Banham, she makes a 3. Thank goodness. Mercury scores. Then Copper makes 1 of 2 free throw shots. Mercury scores a 3. Copper scores. Natasha Cloud, she made a 3-point shot. Camilla scores. Lindsay scores. Mercury scores. Mariah Jefferson scores. Again, like Mariah Jefferson and Rachel Banham, aka Big Lotto. We just traded them in for Marina Mabry. Brittany Griner makes 2 of 2 free throws. Angel Reese makes 0 of 2 free throws. Again, like tonight, her free throws was just not falling. Camilla scores, and then Copper scores. So the second quarter ends with Phoenix Mercury having 50 points to the Chicago Sky's 28 points. The third quarter kicks off. So Angel scores. Angel scores again. Brittany Griner scores. Camilla scores. Copper scores. Rachel scores. Sophie and Michaela kind of got into it. So Michaela Anyamwe, she kind of got injured. Diana Taurasi like ran through her shoulder in the second quarter, and she had sat down for a little bit. So then she re-enters back into the third quarter, and then Sophie and Michaela Anyamwe, that is, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing her last name right, they kind of got into like a little bit of a shoving match. And then Angel Reese scores. Angel Reese scores a free throw. Brittany Griner scores. Reese makes 0 of 2 free throws. Copper scores. Copper scores again. Rachel scores. Angel makes 1 of 2. Dana scores. Dana scores again. So Dana was like cooking up. She literally looking like, Odyssey just got dropped from the freaking Dallas Wings along with another player. She trying to keep her job. Celeste of the Phoenix Mercury scores a 3. Then Copper scores. Dana scores yet another 3. Again, like she was not trying to be unemployed. And then Sophie Cunningham makes a 3-pointer. Then Izzy Harrison, Isabella Harrison, that is, of the Chicago Sky, she scores. And then Izzy makes a free throw. Copper is one of 2 free throws. Then Diamond scores. And then at the third quarter ends with the Phoenix Mercury having 69 points to Chicago Sky's 52 points. The fourth quarter kicks off. Diana Taurasi makes a 3. Diamond scores. Brittany Griner scores. Phoenix Mercury had scored. I forgot the player. Camilla scores. Brittany Griner scores. Dana scores. Brittany Griner makes a 3. Deanna Taurasi makes a 3. Then Dana Evans of the Chicago Sky makes a 3. Then Camilla scores. And the game ends with the freaking Phoenix Mercury having 85 points to Chicago Sky 65 points. Again, it was a whole bunch of stuff going on. Obviously, Chennedy Carter is nowhere to be found. She claims she is sick. Again, I'm going to just keep it at that. She's sick. But you know what somebody had pointed out? Somebody had pointed out that Chennedy Carter has played 25 games for all the teams that she played on for WNBA, including the Atlanta Dream and the Los Angeles Sparks. They said, isn't it just ironic that tonight the WNBA resumes the 25th game and she's nowhere to be found? It's just things that make you wonder. Again, Camila Cardoso, she actually was putting up some good points. But again, like it's like for her to be so big and tall and supposed to be strong, she's like a softie, like Natasha Cloud. I believe she's like 5'9" in the Phoenix Mercury. She was kind of pushing Camila Cardoso around. Again, like you can't teach somebody to be a dog. I need Camila Cardoso to be more aggressive and to bring that dog out. Girl, bring it out of you. Like quit letting these girls push you around. There's no reason that for you to be standing at 6'7" and freaking 5'9", if that's her true height. Again, I've been looking at Google. That's what they marked her as. A 5'9" woman to be able to like block your shot and for you to like be struggling to shoot or jump over her. Like it doesn't make any sense, Camilla. Angel Reese ain't gonna lie, she was struggling tonight. Again, she got her double-double, but it's like I'm tired of the double-double, triple-double, hubba bubble gum. Y'all already know how I feel about that mess. Forget about all the double-double stuff. Again, like I understand, like yes, it is an accomplishment, it's a small feat, but it's like did we win the game? That is the big picture. That is what our priorities and focus should be on. And again, Angel Reese, she left at least, oh my God, it was so painful to watch. She left at least 20 points on the table because she cannot, again, them layups was looking horrible. Listen, it's like this. It's a science and art when it comes to layups. Again, I'm not a professional basketball player. I play here and there on my free time. I like to play alone sometimes, you know, literally while I'm at work, I literally work in the fitness center. But it's like this. You got to take your time. Like Angel Reese, because I believe like, you know, like a lot of people were saying on Twitter, even on LSA, that because Chennedy Carter was not playing tonight in tonight's game, it caused Angel Reese to like kind of rush at the basket. So she would be underneath trying to make a layup. And it's like she kind of like spiked the ball. You got to take your time when it comes to layups, okay? Just think of it like you just gently like just laying up the ball. Okay, like again, it was just so many like and also Chicago Sky is a team where the majority of the points they get it out of the paint. Okay, we're not a 3-point we're not a 3-point a 3 scoring we're not a 3-point scoring team. Okay, a lot of us don't. A lot of the Chicago Sky just can't make 3-point shots, and like you know, it shows. Okay, so again, like a lot of our points come from the paint, and it's like to get to the paint, you got to get them layups right, and it's like so. It's not just Angel Reese, okay? I'm not just picking on her, but mainly Angel Reese. Like we just as a whole, but Angel Reese, you got to do better when it comes to them 3-point shots. Again, it was just ridiculous how many points you left on the table tonight. Michaela Anyamwe was pretty good as a starter. I think that she's going to get into the groove. She's going to become more you know, used to it. But again, like she got injured, she kind of got roughed up, and then she kind of got into it with Sophie Cunningham. You know, she was getting fouled and getting foul calls put on her. Diamond DeShields, again, she was getting busy. She was doing better, but again, it just wasn't enough. It's like overall, honestly, like it was like, again, Lindsay Allen, that they keep running the offense through Lindsay Allen. Lindsay Allen was making some points here and there, but like she was not impressive to me tonight. Again, it's like they keep running the offense through her, and it's like they play individual basketball. The freaking Phoenix Mercury, they literally pass the ball like professional basketball players. Like they are one cohesive team when it comes to being professional athletes. The freaking Chicago Sky, in comparison tonight, what I seen in this game tonight, during tonight's game, it was like you would have swore that they just got some random 5 women off the streets and say, "Hey, do you like to play basketball? Do you want to play basketball tonight? Oh, you do? Well, just come on over here to the Wintrust Arena, and we got you a slot." Because again, it's like Lindsay Allen. Here she go pointing again. She just slowly bouncing the ball. Again, thankfully, I don't remember seeing too many of timeout or you know or out of time clock violations. But again, it's like it was getting to that point because like again, like we were so slow on the dribble And it's like, again, like Phoenix Mercury, they just attacked the basket, especially Kalia Copper. She was a beast. Kalia Copper was so amazing. Again, like she just came back as an Olympian. All the Phoenix Mercury, it was three of them. I'm sorry, not all. Diana Taurasi, Kalia Copper, and Brittany Griner. I thought, again, in my WNBA predictions, like a fool. I'm thinking, like, they just came from Paris. They're gonna be jet lag. Kalia Copper said that she caught a flight from Paris straight to Chicago. Okay, she was on go time because she didn't have time to waste. I'm thinking like this gonna slow them down. They're gonna be jet lagged. They're gonna be too tired to play. They're not gonna be like really playing that many minutes. They're probably gonna be benched by their coach. I was completely wrong, guys. My WNBA prediction was completely wrong. Okay, Diana, Brittany, and Kalia Copper, they came through and they came for this W. Kalia Copper truly made turn copper into gold, not only in the Olympics but during tonight's game. I mean, like she literally was like, the way that the Chicago Sky was playing compared to the Phoenix Mercury. I think Kalia Copper could have held her own on them all by herself. Again, Izzy Harrison, she tried her best. She was doing, she was all right again, but it was just not impressive. Again, like we got to play as one cohesive team. Chicago Sky, honestly, we got embarrassed tonight. We got completely embarrassed and humiliated. And it shows that Chennedy Carter, they call her Hollywood for a reason because she is the star. Okay, she is the star of the Chicago Sky. And to be honest with you, to keep it all the way real, we are hurting without Marina Mabrey. Marina Mabrey's presence is known and felt, and is obviously is very, it's just visually obvious. Marina Mabrey's absence is felt, along with Chennedy Carter's. Again, y'all got me drinking, even though I got work tomorrow, because again, tonight's game was just so frustrating to watch. It didn't have to go, and that's another thing. It's like Coach Spoon, like what are you doing? You're the head coach. Like, you don't think to ever call out a timeout. Like, you see us getting crushed. Like that first quarter, it was so brutal and painful to watch. I'm like, surely she sees what's going on. Like, you got to call a timeout, put up some screens, put up some plays for us to win. Like, what is going on? Again, guys, I was totally wrong. The freaking Phoenix Mercury had their way with us without Chennedy Carter and Marina Mabrey. Rachel Banham and Mariah Jefferson, the new girls who we traded in for Marina Mabrey for her to go to Connecticut Sun. They did a little bit, they tried their best, but again, it's just obviously it wasn't enough. And it's like, what are we going to do?